Hi everybody, it's Joni at Granny J Clay, and I'm playing again this morning. My husband is upstairs taking a nap in his recliner, and so I thought I'd come down and just play. I haven't used foil. I've got a bag of this gold foil forever, so I thought, well, I'll just dig some of that out and we'll just play a little bit with that today. I got the Sculpey 3 out. I have several bars of Sculpey 3 from a long time ago, and so I wanted to use some up. This is the gold Sculpey 3, and it's softer than Primo, but it's not as soft as Cernit, so it's kind of an in-between, and it's pretty nice to work with. Okay, I'm going to just start out by putting a few of these flakes, which I hope not to get everywhere, but I'm sure I probably will. I'm just going to grab, let's see here. I think I'll grab a tweezer, perhaps. That might work better. I got one of these kinds of tweezers that has the tips covered, so they're not real pointy, but they are pointy, and they'll grab something. And I'm just going to take some time and lay it on my gold clay. Oh, there's one that just snuck out right away. Oh, that's pretty, isn't it? Gold on gold, that's what we're going to do right now. I'm going to try to open this bag very slowly because they want to fly out. And there's one right there. I'm going to grab it. And I'm not going to care where it goes as far as, come on. I'm just going to do that. And then I'll grab another piece. I won't be real selective as to where this goes, but I do want it spread out some. So I'm trying to shake some of it. Some of it is really pushed together and not separated. So let me just do this, and then that. Take some more of this, maybe. It doesn't want to pinch. It doesn't seem to pinch. Maybe down here it'll pinch. There we go. I'm not sure why I bought these. I've had them for a long time and I really haven't used them. I don't know. Maybe because they didn't pinch very well. Okay, let me see. Got a little bit more. I'm going to put some here. Put some over here. Put some here. That's too much there. Okay. How was your evening? I hope it went well last night. It went well for us. It's not quite as chilly outside today, which is good. We got to the grocery store yesterday to pick up a few things, so that was nice. We're trying to keep life as much as normal as we possibly can during this time. My husband is not hurting, thankfully, so if he were hurting, we probably wouldn't do as much together, but we try to do everything together, which is nice. Okay, since he retired, when they're working, you can't do everything together. And then it takes you a little while after they retire to get used to being together, when you're used to your own time. But then you find that's rather nice to have that time. So, okay. He thanked me when we went to bed last night. He said he thanked me for taking good care of him and just waiting on him. And I thanked him too. He's done that for me as well many times over the years. And isn't that what a marriage is all about? To be there for each other in the good and the bad. Oh, we've had some pretty bad times here and there. After 50 years, you can about imagine there's been bad times too, but I know there is for everybody. But we're doing well. And we're going to get through all of this together with holding on to Jesus' hand, that's for sure. Okay, that's kind of a nice layering. Maybe one more over here. Let's see, where was that? I want to put a little there and a little there. I didn't want to cover the whole thing, because what I want to do now is I want to cut it. And yes, I could have cut it before I put the foil down, but this seems to be just as easy. So that's what I'm going to do. And since this is the largest, I'll start piling on top of that. Yeah. just do it like this. Like this and like this. Let's see if I can put some of this away now. And there's going to be some that I need to, I think, wipe up with my, oof, flying all over, with my tissue. Get it back in this other bag so I won't get it all over the place. Okay, we'll get this wiped off. I really don't have a thing in mind. I don't know what I'm doing today. Other than I wanted to fool around with the gold and with the foil, and I did pull this out. This is, oh, I've got too many here. I've got, oh, I guess it was, I think it was bigger and I cut it. Okay. So I'm going to use this for some texture. It has divots. It's got holes in it all over the place. And I don't know. I just thought I would just try something with it today. We'll see how this goes. We shall see how this goes. Now what I want to do is put a piece over the top, and I'm going to just roll it a little bit like this. And that should break up the gold foil too a little bit more. As you can probably tell, it's doing right there. Yeah. Let me move it up a little bit higher so you can see it better. And I think I'll turn it this way. The dogs are napping with my husband too. This is kind of that, I don't know, time of day where they kind of snooze a little bit. I think that's a good thing. What I want to do is just get it so it's rolled out quite a ways, and then I'm going to run it through the pasta machine. Let's see. Okay, some of it's coming out. Okay, I probably will lose some of the foil here and there, but I want to run it through on a 0, which is the widest setting on my pasta machine. So I'll be back in a second. Okay, that handled that really well. Yeah. Okay, now what I'm going to do is cut it again, and I'm not being real selective, except now this time I'm going to turn this like this so that the foil gets on the back too. Yeah. And then I'm going to put this over it again. You're just kind of coming along with me for my my little experiment here. I should probably get a new paper. That would help. There we go. I'm just amazed at, now that we have shared with other people, I'm amazed at what people are telling us about their experience with their diagnosis of prostate cancer. So, all right, now I'm going to cut it in half, and I'll put these back to back like that. Okay, I'll get another piece. And my husband has a very good friend. He's my friend too. In Florida. He was one of the gentlemen that stood up for us when we got married, one of my husband's high school buddies. And he and my husband have kept in touch over these years. He's such a nice guy. His name is Mark, and he's been in a health battle as well. So Dan's been checking on him all this time to see how he's been doing, and he's really had his ups and downs, but he's an amazing man. He has such wonderful faith. He's an encouragement to my husband, and he's an encouragement to me too, and I'm sure he encourages many people. Anyway, he was going to go out golfing today. Isn't that cool? I'm just happy he can do that. He loves to golf. His wife is such a sweetheart. She's been facing a health battle of her own. Not fun when people have to walk through those kinds of things, you know. It's not fun, but as I said, we don't need to let our circumstances dictate our view of God, because then we would be up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down in our walk with Him. Okay. Let me just try something here. I'm going to run it through again. Okay. I'm just going to do this a couple more times. Yeah. And I'm going to see if, let's do that. Okay. Anyway, I think, all of us face our own battles in our own ways. And it's not for anyone else to criticize. I'm not going to criticize anybody else for the way they go through something, and don't want to be criticized either for the way we go through anything, and that hasn't happened. Nobody has done that, but this is fresh. It's brand new to us, and we're getting through it day by day, holding the Lord's hand. Here we go. Okay. Can you see that? It's really getting shiny now. Little flecks here and there. It's not a very good shape, but that doesn't matter. Okay, I think I'm going to use it just like this. I'm going to roll it a little bit, though. It's got some lines in it. And then I'm going to do something kind of strange. I'm going to I'm going to use this side that is embossing, not debossing. If I use this side, do you see how they pop up on that side? That would be debossing. So what I want to do is get some bumps on this. And so what I want to do, so it doesn't get stuck, when I do that, I will put some of my cornstarch. I'm going to just brush a little bit of that over here. Let's see, where's my brush? There it is. So I'm going to hold this over my garbage can, and I'm going to brush it with the cornstarch, but you can't see that because it's kind of under my desk here, so I'll be back in just a second. But I've been hearing from some lovely people who are praying for us. Thank you so much. As I pray for people, I know how thankful they are, and so I am equally as thankful when people pray for us too. So thank you. Okay. All right. Now, I don't want all the cornstarch that's on top to stay there. I'm just going to rub it lightly. I want some of it on there because I don't want it to stick. But all right, let's just try this. I'm just going to take it and try it. And all I'm going to do is press in on this. And I think what I'll use is, let's see. I think I'll use this sponge. Let's see, have I used that before? No, I think I'll use this sponge, one of the makeup sponges. There we go, like that. Because I don't want my hands to stick to the clay. I just want to make sure that the clay gets some divots in it. And I don't want to tear the clay. I gotta be a little bit more careful here, I see. Here we go. Getting some to show up. They don't have to all show up, but I want some at least to show up. So on the other side of this, there will be some bumps in the clay. Okay. Isn't crafting fun? It's just so relaxing, and stress relieving and all of that. I just really enjoy making things. You know, sometimes they turn out, sometimes they don't turn out, but it's just fun to make things. And then if you make something that somebody actually likes, isn't that a bonus? Yeah, it's fun to give gifts. My nephew and his wife, who live down in Texas, it's my older sister's oldest son and his wife. They're expecting twins, a boy and a girl. Isn't that the best? I think in April sometime. So that's a double blessing. Busy, double busy too, but my nephew, actually I have 4 nephews. They're all brothers. They actually all live in Texas. They are all dentists. I think I probably shared that before, but proud of them. That's pretty big deal. And one of the boys went on to even more schooling, and he does basically just does root canals now. So I can't remember what that's called, but you have to have more education than your dentistry education. Of course, you have to have that first, but so I just think that's wonderful that he went on and did even more. And they've got, all of them have children, so it's just fun to follow their lives too. I've got other nieces and nephews too that I love dearly. And of course my grandkids. Oh my sweet grandkids. I love them so much. And I love my own family too, my brothers and my sisters. And we were in a house when we were young with 6 kids. Well, actually, no, 5, because our youngest brother, Mark, was born when I was in high school, and he was just a blessing. Oh my, we were so blessed. It was so fun to have a baby in the house. Of course, I wasn't around for very long because in those days, you got married fairly young, and I did, but it was still fun to see him and spend time with him and spoil him a little bit. I had another sister, one younger sister, who of course was still in the house when I was married, and so she got to be with him a lot. I'm just going to pick this up and see if oh yeah, we are getting it. Okay, just going to whip it around and do it this way. Oh, kind of cool. Oh, and I did have 2. Oh, it felt a little thick. I must have several of those in one pile. I do. All right, I'll clean that off in a minute. Oh, that's cool. Okay, let me set the corn flour here aside and get it wiped off a little bit so I can. Okay. Just going to see if I can lightly brush that off. And you'll still see the flecks of pretty gold in there. Isn't that pretty? Okay. Now what I want to do is, I'm going to grab some Pearl-X powders over here. Let's see here. I might get the Aztec gold, or let's see what other gold do I have in here. I can't remember what the other one was called. Not that one. And not that one. Let's see, where did I put it? Oh, here it is. Sparkle gold. I don't know. I think I want this one. Okay, this is the Aztec gold, and I've always kind of favored that gold, but this is pretty too. It's just not quite dark enough for what I want it for, though. And so I'll just set that back there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and just tip it so I get some in the lid. And I don't need much in the lid, so I'm going to tap it and get rid of some. You know what? I wore one of these finger cots to bed last night by mistake. I had it on, and I thought, oh, I have to take that off before I fall asleep. I woke up in the middle of the night and realized I still had this on, and it really kind of is tight around the band part down here. And so maybe I can show you. See, it leaves a mark. So I woke up in the middle of the night, quickly rolled it off of my thumb, and boy, that was sore down there, so I had to lay in bed and kind of rub that a little bit. All right. So I got a little bit of it in there, and all I'm going to do is just take my finger and just lightly come across here like that. Just ever so lightly. I don't want to crush it. Some dots are higher than other dots. And you know what? That's not giving me quite enough, so let me... Okay, there. Okay. I don't try to push them down. I'm just touching them. Maybe rubbing back and forth lightly. So that'll add to it. That'll be pretty. Don't ask me what I'm making with this. I don't know. Experimenting again. I just love texture, though. I can see that I'm getting some of it down there. I need to have a lighter touch, I think. There we go. There we go. Kind of getting a feel for it now. And I will get some down between the dots here and there, but that's just how it is. That's how it's going to be. I'm just rubbing over those dots very, very lightly. As you can see. Oh, I hear my husband up. Sounds like he's unloading the dishwasher. We talked about this. We want to keep life as normal as we always have, you know, our normal. Every family has a different normal, but... So he's unloading the dishwasher, which is nice. Like I said, he's not having any pain, thankfully. And I just keep praying for his healing. Okay. All right. Let's see. Maybe over here too. I don't know how much of this I'll use, but just want to make sure I've got it all rubbed down there. So we get as much sparkle as possible. Some of these didn't come up as bumps, so I'm not rubbing over those really too hard. But these other ones, I'm trying to get a little bit more on. Okay. I'm going to stand up a little bit here and see if I've got, yeah, that'll work. All right, I'm going to take this, and I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to pour this back over, got a little rag over here, so I can catch it if it falls. There we go. All right, put that away. Make sure I wipe this off. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. Okay. And, all right. Now, what to do with this? I made some pieces last night out of Cernet. I need to get to the point where that Cernet clay doesn't frustrate me so much because it's so pretty. I don't know, maybe I just need to leach it a little bit more. try to get some of that out of there, but anyway, so for today I've got the Sculpey 3. Okay, now you can see it. It sparkles down below and it also sparkles above. It's got texture. So I think maybe what I want to do, I used to make, my pieces quite thick. I would run it through on a 1, and which is my widest, and then I would also run another piece through, maybe on a 0 is my thickest, I'm sorry. And then I'd run the second piece through on a 1 or a 2, and I would add it to the back after I put texture on it. But now, thankfully, with Deb from Clay Boutique showing us how to glitter resin the back of your pieces, that's what I've been doing mostly, and that is so nice. And you don't have to have your clay so thick anymore. I don't anyway. Okay, let me get this out of the way here. So now what I'm going to do is, I think what I might do is make some, let's see, either earrings or a necklace. Let me see. Okay. This is not very big. This, I'll show you what I'm looking at. So it's got points here and then rounded on the sides. Do you hear that ring? We have a Ring doorbell, and so when my husband takes the dogs out to walk them, that goes off. Okay. This is about 1 3/4, yeah, wide, and it's also 1 3/4 tip to tip. So 1 3/4 this way, 1 3/4 this way. And that would probably make a pretty necklace. And you could also then make some other pieces and lay them on top if you want to, which I did last night for something else. So let me just see what I want to do with this. And I'm not going to put a piece of, I want to get this over here. See how that's shiny? But I don't want the whole thing. Let's see. I'm just going to push down. So I'm not going to put plastic over this. There's one. And now, when I get these all cut, and if I'm not happy with what it looks like as far as having that, that's pretty though, having the pearl powder on it, I can come back and add some more. Okay. So that ringer goes off. It catches cars going by, and it goes off when cars go by. We're in a construction zone, which I've shared before, and so it catches trucks going by. And anyway, my husband just came in and said it was nice out, so that's good. Anyway, let me make a few more here. I'm trying to go where the bumps are pretty much. That one missed 2 bumps, but that was pretty foil right there, so I want to pick that up. Okay. And then what I do is I just pick it up and I make sure that I just smooth the edge a little bit carefully, thinking of what I'm touching on the front of the piece. Okay, so there's that. There and there. All right. And let's go here. There we go. It is a beautiful day. We have a sunny day today. I think it's in the high 30s maybe. Let me just check. We're in, I hear my husband talking up there. Let's see here. It is what? 39. 39. So somebody must have called to talk to him. He let his one brother and 2 sisters know about what he's going through. And so his brother called and talked to him. He had another brother, but many years ago when that brother was 19 years old, we were a couple years older than him. His name was David. He was in the Navy, and he had gone with a friend of his to his, he had gone with his friend to visit the friend's family down south somewhere over Thanksgiving. And he also had a girlfriend that we found out that lived in that area. So anyway, what happened was he and this young man that were both in the Navy were flying back from Thanksgiving holiday, and their plane crashed. It was awful. Their plane crashed into a mountain. They were flying too low. I don't know if the visibility was bad or what, but it was not good. So he was killed at age 19. Oh, that was horrible. Just so sad. Just so sad. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think what I'll do now is cut a few of the other ones. See if I can get them out here. Some of these small ones. Sorry, I'm not in view again. I'll come back up. So that's what I'll do. Just in case we want to make some earrings or something. And I've got a feeling this isn't where it ends because it needs something. I can tell already it needs something else. But I'm just cutting some of these smaller ones out too, making sure they're smoothed out a little bit. That's one thing with Sculpey 3. It's a little bit easier to smooth it out and not damage it. If you do that with Cernet, it doesn't work real well. Let's see. So there's 2 for that one. And let's see. There's another one. I'm going to come back up here so you can see what I'm doing. Sorry. I need to look up and check my husband paces when he talks on the phone, so that's he's upstairs. Walking back and forth, walking back and forth. That's just what he's always done. I think when he worked, he did the same thing. I think he was a pacer. So let's see, I'm going to go over here. I might need some more. No, maybe not. I was going to say I might need some more Pro Powder, but maybe not. Let's just see. Trying to get that and that. We'll get 2 of those. I have no idea if I'll use these for earrings or just, just for whatever. So sorry if you can hear my husband talking in the background. I mentioned to him I was doing a short video, but he may just have forgotten, which is no big deal. Okay, so it sounds like he's talking about his MRI and things that he's gone through already, so I'm not sure who's checking on him. It might be... He has 2 friends from high school that have also walked through this, not just his good friend, Mark, but 2 other men. Evidently this is a common thing, sadly it is, for men. As they get older, they face prostate issues. But sometimes it's good news, sometimes it's not good news. So we'll see. Anyway, he's really talking loud up there. I apologize. Okay, all right. Now one more, and then I think what I'm going to do is take one more look at them. Then I'm going to bake them and see what else I want to do. So I've made 2. If these happen to become necklaces, and they may or may not. I'm just going to put that clay aside. Anyway, I'm going to push this back up a little bit. I'll show you what I do with them. I have some idea of what I might want to add to these, but we shall see. For now, I'm just going to pick them up. I'm going to put them over here on my tile, and then I'll take one last look at them and add some pearl powder here and there on a bump or two, and we'll bake them, and we'll see what happens after that. I will be back. Well, I'm back. I baked my pieces, but as you can see, I changed them a little bit. Let me just show you what I did. I decided they were too dull, and so what I did was I took here, this is a little stamping cutter, and I cut a little hole, a little heart into them, and then I added just a little bit of teal ink, and I did that with every single one of them. You can see that one. There's the hole. What I'm planning to do now is, and here are the earrings sets. What I'm planning to do now is clean this up. What I did was I took some, let's see, what is it called? I didn't have teal clay, but I had sea glass souffle. So I used that, and that's what this looks like. It's pretty color. And then I took my folder and I put it inside, and I squeezed it together, and then I got this sheet. So on the other side, this is embossed. On the other side, it's debossed, so the hearts stick out. So I also took some of my pretty Aztec gold pearl powder and painted it on with my little brush. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it up with some tape. I thought maybe you wanted to watch that a little bit, but I'm kind of doing this in segments here. I'm going to use Scotch tape today. We'll see how that works, but it should work okay, I think. I won't do I won't do the whole thing for you, because boy oh boy, you would get bored with me. Yeah, my clay split right there, but that's not going to be a big deal. And as I pull this up, you're going to notice there's going to be places that I need to continue to work on, but that's all right, I will. I love this tape idea. Whoever came up with this tape idea had a grand idea. Just a grand idea. But you can see how that might take some time. I have painter's tape, blue painter's tape that I use sometimes. I also used some masking tape. But to be honest with you, Scotch tape for me has worked the best. So, and as you can see, it's coming off. And then I'm going to use this as a second heart behind this one. In fact, it may be just a circle that I put behind it. We'll see. But you'll be able to see through this little heart, you'll be able to see the, oops, okay, better go with that. You'll be able to see this pretty blue that really matches quite well. I don't know if you can tell it or not, but it, the little teal isn't as teal as I want it to be, because it was on the pearl powder. I decided after I put the pearl powder on that I didn't, I wanted more color. And so that's what I did. And, all right, my husband was just down here talking to me a little bit about different things. Depending on if the cancer has spread or not, that of course we're praying that it has not, and that it will be contained. Then he has to decide if he wants to have his prostate removed robotically, or if he wants to go through radiation. So he's got some schooling he's doing on the internet, kind of just checking things out. To be honest with you, when we left the doctor's office, urologist, he decided he would do radiation. But I'm thinking he's now kind of being persuaded otherwise. We have a good friend, another good friend from high school who happens to be a doctor. He's retired, but he was also in our wedding. And he happened to call and check on my husband this morning. And, oh my goodness, must be a dog outside. Sorry about that. All right, I'm back. the dogs were barking too much, and so I waited until they stopped, and I kept cleaning up my mess here. As you can see, it's coming along really, really well. So I'll just keep doing this. I probably won't make you sit here forever. I just wanted to at least show you what I was doing. Oh, and this, did I tell you it was souffle? I think I did. Souffle clay. It feels like velvet. I like souffle clay. So pretty. Do you see how that's coming off? Isn't that nice? You have to be willing to waste a little tape. I guess it's not wasting. You know, it's helping you, but sometimes I feel like I'm wasting tape. But it is a dedicated tape for this, so maybe I shouldn't feel bad. I don't know. Don't feel like feeling bad right now. Okay, so you can see what I've done. All right, I'm going to finish this up and I will be back. Okay, let me just show you how far I've come. I cleaned up my sheet and I cut out with this cutter from Fat Daddy-O's cutters. I cut out a circle because I want it to be behind here like that. And you're not going to see much of the hearts, but you'll see some gold and that kind of thing, and you'll see the blue through there. And you'll see when my whole idea comes together what it's all about. But I want to do just a few other things to it before. I want to take these up, I want to pop them in the oven, and I want them to bake very flat. So I'm going to put them on a tile like this, and I have to lift them up with my blade. Yeah, it's my bendy blade, like that. I'll lift it up very carefully. All right, I finished. I had to turn it off because my husband asked me a question. Anyway, so I finished cutting the 5 out for the 5 bigger pieces. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll this thinner so I can cut smaller pieces for the earrings. And let's see here. So let's see what I'm going to do. I just want it to be a little thinner, which will mess the hearts up a little bit, but it won't be so bad, I don't think. Let's see how this works. Let's just see. Those probably won't stay together, but that's okay too. All right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to just take this patty paper and kind of get these out of the way, and I'm going to roll this a little bit. Okay, it's making it thinner. Yeah, it's not so bad. I just need more of the clay, so this is how I'm stretching it. And it's okay if it's thinner. And what I do when I want thin pieces, getting it where I want it, is I put them that don't bubble, and don't curl up or something, which they normally don't do, but the thinner they are, the harder that is to keep them in shape. So I would put another piece of patty paper over this and then another tile, like this tile, but I'd turn it upside down and place it like a sandwich over the other piece of patty paper. And that keeps them really quite nicely in the oven. All right, I'm gonna get another piece of patty paper. I can see that my gold is spreading just a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay. All right. Still, I'm feeling it on the sides. It's still a little thicker than I want it. Okay. What I'm going to do is just kind of get it up off this a little bit. Then I made a mark. That's all right. All right, there we go. I just want to lift it up and give it some air to breathe here. Oh, then I'm tearing it apart. That's right, this is the part I really wanted to make another bead out of. So we'll see how that works. I want to hold this up and wipe this off so it will roll a little bit easier. Get the stickiness off. I can always bring this in and stamp it with hearts and do this one too, but I'm trying to make it go a long ways. So, let's see. Let's just see how I can do this. A little bit more this way, a little bit more that way, and down this way. Okay, I'm going to turn it this way. Let me feel it. Oh. Okay, it's getting pretty thin. All right, there we go. I just wanted to get these pieces fairly thin. It needs to be big enough, though, for this. Let's see. I'm going to cut one back here. Make sure I'm not on the tear. That's going to work. So that's one. Can I get one in out of this? No. Let me see if I can roll it a little bit more. Yeah, it's getting pretty thin, pretty thin over there. Okay. Now, oh, just barely. Barely, 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 but it'll work. There's two. There's three. There's four. I'm not going to make it, am I? Here is way down here. 5. And I need 5 more. So let me figure that one out. That one's not, no. I think I'm going to just start lifting these off here. All right, there's one. Go put it over here. And I have to put these on a different one because they're different. I was going to say thicknesses, and they are a little bit, but I don't know that they're that much different. So what I'll do is put them on the same one. I just didn't want to, I just want to make sure they have something pressing on top of them when I bake them. So let me see if I can just cut that there and cut that one there and there. Okay. I'll try to get this out of the way in a nice way. Okay. And I'm trying to save these pieces because I can maybe piece something together to make a few more. We'll see. If I can't, I'll just make more out of the other sheet. Okay. And get those off. Did I just slice right through that? Oh, I sliced right through that. Look at that. I'm going to see if I can get it back on. Generally, you can fix things. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. That heart should line up with that. And I don't know that that's going to matter that much. There we go. I don't know if it's going to matter that much. Then I got that piece under there. Except you're not going to see it that much. Let me just try something here. There we go. Now I will come in and cut it. Maybe that will help. Okay, take that. This is the only bar of clay that I've got in this sea glass. So I'm trying to use it all up nicely. Okay, there we go. And, okay, that worked. I just have to even out the edge that. I have my space heater on downstairs, and so our one dog, his name is Chewy, or Lhasa Apso. I just heard him. Where'd he go? He's down here, and he likes to lay by the heat while he's down here, and until he gets too warm, and then he moves and sits on the ottoman over there. But he's so cute. He snorts. He kind of snorts when he gets really cozy and comfortable, and he was just snorting. I don't know if you heard him or not. Okay, here I go. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to try and make some more out of this. And that's kind of piecemealing it together. Okay, and this is pushing it, I know. It's just really pushing it a little ways here. Let's see if I can maybe put one over here. I'm gonna just try to push it this way and that way and work it in over here. If you can see, this is called cheating. Maybe it's not cheating, but it kind of is cheating. And I'm going to bring this one in here, up against that heart. And I'll show you what I'm going to do in just a minute. It's just fun to improvise. You know, when you're playing with clay, you can do whatever you like to do. Just do it. Just try to do it and see if it works for you. And hopefully it will. There we go. And I'm going to push that there. I don't know if I'm going to get 5 more out of this or not. You know what? I might. Let's see. There's some there. Okay. This is piecemealing, you guys. Really piecemealing this. Bring it over here a little bit. I might cut it off this way and bring this one in like that. Kind of bump those up together. These are pretty thin. These are pretty thin, you guys. Pretty thin. Okay, let's see. Maybe I'll kind of just work this one in like that. Push it together. And let's see, what else can I put in there? Maybe I'll just cut this a little differently, like that, and see if I can fit it in here, which I think I can. Hope you guys don't get too bored watching me play and fool around and mess around and see what works and what doesn't work. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this off in here, right in there. Okay. And let's get ready for this piece in here and push that in. Once I'm done, I'm going to use the patty paper and I'm going to burnish it. Well, I don't know if I should burnish it. That might ruin it. Okay, I'm just pushing that over just like that. I know, all you clayers out there are shaking your head like, what is she doing? Yeah, me too. What am I doing? Okay. I'm not sure if I can get 5 of these out here. I don't think I can. Well, let's just see. Let's just see. That's about all I can do with all of this. Well, no, that one's kind of a nice big one. I think I'll stick that one in here and make it work there. Okay. You just never know. You never know if I'm going to get my cutter up here or not, and if it'll work or it won't. Okay, now I'm going to put this out here. Where is my... There it is. I am going to burnish a little bit here. See if I can kind of bring them together a little bit. Sometimes you just need to make your clay stretch a little bit, and this may do it or it may not do it. I don't know. And most of this is going to be behind. It spreads the gold out, but that's okay. Let's see. Most of this, I don't want those lines though. They can be on the back, but I don't want them to be on the front. Let's see. As you can see, it kind of has, maybe if I do this, you can see a little bit better. And bring it over here a little bit more. Okay. I'm just going to loosen it up first before I start cutting. And let's see how many I can get. There's still some funny spots there, but I'm going to try it anyway. It's so thin. It's just paper thin. There's one. There's two. Three. I think that's going to be it, because this won't be, unless I can bring some other around. Let's see. Might be able to bring this in a little bit more here. Yeah, maybe. And these are just scraps. These are just scraps. So I'm just picking up my other scraps and trying to see if maybe I can make that work. Well, that's not the best one. We'll see. Put this in here, put that in there. Because when you have something in front of it, hanging in front of it, like that, you won't see all of the, like these lines. I don't think. We'll see. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But you know what? You just want to try it and see what happens. That one's really thin. Really, really thin. Let me see if I can push this one in there. It's a little thicker. Excuse me. Sorry. I think I need a drink of water. When I run the heater, it's really dry down here too. And we actually have a beautiful day going on outside. So you wouldn't think I need the heater, but it takes the cool off. You know, we have carpeting down here, but the carpet is set on just a cement floor. So as that cold radiates up through the cement, my feet get cold, etc., etc. Okay. Just moving my things up over here. That's all I'm doing. Let me show you what I'm doing. I'm just, here we go. I'm just trying to get everything over here on this tile so I can put it in the oven and they all can be in there at the same time, but that might not happen. Let's see. Sometimes I go off the edge of the patty paper a little bit. I try not to, but sometimes I do. I have to make it all fit. Rather than running two tiles, I just have the one then. I have put two tiles in prior to this design. I've done a lot of two tile things in the oven, and there's nothing wrong with that. You just put two tiles in and bake them, but yeah, I like to just be able to have one, and we'll see. We'll just see how all this works out. Let's see, put another one up there. So far so good. Now I need to, well, let me get these out of here, and then I might be able to use more of the clay around those as well. So I was going for 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, yeah, 10 smaller circles. Taking that off carefully just in case I have to use it on the other side here. And so I've got 3 now, surprisingly. That's good. That is really good. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I need 3 more. Oof, no, this won't work for that. I'm thinking it won't work for that. Okay, I'll get as much out of this as I possibly can get out of this one. Okay. You're probably thinking, are you really that hard up for clay? Yeah, this color I am. But, you know, sometimes things just can work out if you just are patient and take your time and, yeah, manipulate things with the clay. That's one nice thing, is you can manipulate the clay a bit. I think I'm going to bring this down here like that, and I'll bring this one around and down too. Okay, and I think I'll bring this in here, pull that off. Okay, now what I'm going to do is take this and put it on a piece of patty paper so it doesn't stick so much, and I'm going to just a little bit, oops, I had a piece of clay there. I'm just going to burnish it a little bit. You wouldn't believe how thin this is, you guys. Pretty thin. I hope it works when I'm done. Alright, so this is number 8, if I'm very careful. 8. Okay. It's harder to cut when you're on the patty paper. 8. Can I get a 9 out of here? Maybe? Oh my goodness. Look at this, you guys. They're kind of scraggly, but I got a 9 so far. I'm just going to push these together a little bit where they look like they have a seam. So that one can go that way and that way. Okay, try not to distort it too much, but okay, now I'm going to pick it up off of here very carefully, and I'm going to go put it on my tile. Okay. Getting closer and closer. I'm moving my other ones over here so I have some room. Don't have a lot of room. You know, when you make circles, there's a lot of space in between the circles, but you can't put them too close. All right, and I'll put this other one over here too. Let me just see how that goes. Okay, there's one more. What do you think? Do you think we can make the challenge of getting one more? One more? You know what I might do is just use some of this regular blue clay and mix it in with it. Let's see what happens here. That would make it stretch too. Pick up some of these odd ones over here. All right, let's see here. I am going to smush it. Yep, smush it down. Give it a little rub-a-dub-dub. Yeah, that's pretty thin. See though what we can do? You can do that and then maybe bring some of this around it. Let's see here. Let's see here if we can do that. I might put some even on top of it because I think we can get one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, we need 2 more. No, 9. We need one more. Okay, I just lost count there for a little bit. I do want some of this gold to show on the edge, so that's what I'm putting it out there for. Yeah. Okay, and I even might come in with this. Well, that doesn't have a whole lot on it. Let me see here, let me see here. Hope I'm not boring you guys to death. But this is what I do when I play. I just figure out a way to do stuff. Okay, now I should be able to get one out of that easily. Easily. Yeah, I think this is going to work. Ah, I think it is. Good news. That's probably thicker than the other ones, but that's all right too. All right, and I'll get as much gold on the edges here as I can. Okay. I could probably have put it in a little bit further on the other blue. All righty. How about that? We got our 10. This is a little, just a little bit thicker than the other ones, but that's okay. It's gonna work, I think. We'll see. If it doesn't work, it doesn't. Hey, never harms to try or hurts to try, does it? Nope. Okay, there we go. While I was waiting for the gold ones to bake, I had some lunch. Have you ever bought a chicken pot pie at Costco? Oh, they are so good. My daughter-in-law brought one over once when we were taking care of our grandkids. So being the mom, sweet mom she is with them, and she helped us out by bringing over a chicken pot pie. Great, big, huge one from Costco. And ever since then, we have gotten those because they're so good. They're so big, and the hunks and chunks of chicken in them are huge. So it lasts us for a long time. So we bake it at 375 for about an hour and a half. And then it comes out this great big chicken pot pie. All right. I think this is going to do us. Look at this, guys. You'll see some lines on some of them, but how about that? Okay, now what we're going to do is I'm going to put a piece of patty paper over it just to, well, it's not going to fit the whole thing. There we go. All right, and then I'm going to take another, let's see which one I want to take. I think I've got another one upstairs. Yeah, I think I do. So then I'll take the other one that I've got upstairs and flip it over and put, the even side of the tile down. And I will bake this for an hour at 275. And I will be back in a little while to show you what happened. All right, I'm back. I just wanted to show you the end result. Of course, I still have things to do, but I just wanted to show you what I came up with. Just show you the back of this. I put some glitter and resin on the back of it, and I still have to drill the holes on the tops. And these can be earrings. These different sets, these smaller sets can be earrings, or they could be a small necklace. It really doesn't matter how you use it. So even if they had a small hole drilled in each of them, they could still be one or the other. So that's what I have left to do yet. These have glitter on the back as well. So that's a lot of work right there today. Anyway, I just want to show you the end result of that. I thought they turned out cute. I want you to notice, however, remember when I said I thought these looked a little boring and I wanted to put some color on them, and so I put on a couple of the dots on each one, I put some color. Well, once I had my other color rolled out, this sea glass color, I realized that these dots did not match. They just didn't match. The colors were off. And so what I did, you still see the color a little bit under there, but what I did is I went over them with a little bit of the resin that had the gold glitter in it, and then it was fine. It just mellowed them out. I don't know if you can see. You can see the hearts on the back of that one, but anyway, so that's one idea that you could do, and they're fairly thin and they're holding together really well. They're doing really well. They're not heavy. You could add beads to them. They look really cute. Now I'm going to show you something else that I've done. I had already started on and I'm not done with. Push these out of the way. And these are kind of on the same idea and yet not. Let's see here, let's bring a couple of these in. And then here's a couple of the earrings for them. And let's see here if I can bring a couple of these in as well. So these are a little bit different. I still have cleanup work to do. I put some resin with glitter on the back and some got on the side here, so I have to get that off. And then I have to drill again through the holes because the resin came through the hole a little bit. But other than that, they're done. So I just wanted to show you that. This was also, this was a stencil that I put on pearl clay. And then I took, let's see here, what color was it? Let me just show you quick. It was a beautiful blue. It's called Night Sky. And I put Night Sky all over it. And then pulled the stencil off, and that's what I came up with. And oh, that's such a pretty color. Can't you just see it? Beads, different beads. Put with that, I think it'd be beautiful. Well, anyway, that's all. I just wanted to make sure I stop back and finish my video here. It's a little longer than I usually make them, so I will end for now. I hope you've enjoyed what you've seen and that you'll be able to try some of this too sometime. God bless you all, and I'll see you again. Bye-bye.